Any artist of any genre that needs a stage, K-Poppin' is ready to provide it with our Tiniest Stage. And today she's back in the studio because she just dropped an EP for us. It is none other than the beautiful, the talented Olivia Marsh in the studio. Hello.
Hello. I'm so happy to be here again.
Welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. As soon as we got word that you were dropping some more music, we're like, okay, she's coming back into the studio.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to jump into a lot of talk about the new EP today, but it's been about a week since your listening party. Has everything now, like now that a week has been passed, is it now settling in, like, okay, the EP's out, like, you know, it's happening?
I mean, it's still fresh
Okay.
in my memory. It feels like it was just last night, actually.
Right.
But oh man, it was I was so nervous actually because
Really?
it was my first time performing in Korea. And also I had like Korean song covers and stuff like that. And because it was like my first time ever actually it was the day before my EP came out.
Right.
I was so nervous singing those songs in front of everyone, but it was such an incredible experience and they were all so welcoming and so wonderful. And I got to perform with like writers on the EP and with my sister as well, which was incredible. We hadn't performed together for probably like around 10 years.
Right.
So it was just a night I will never forget.
Okay, well, we're going to get to more of the details coming up later, but you are quite familiar with our This or That.
Yeah.
You have probably noticed that your name is missing.
No! Okay, I need to redeem myself. I'm going to redeem myself.
So, in the time that you have not been here, a few of our artists have been able to make it into the top 7. So, you have time to redeem yourself, but it looks like that our K-Poppin' team is not making it easier for you this time around. Because the questions for the balance game, the upgraded version of it, is a doozy.
Oh no, I haven't seen these questions yet, so I'm like, oh.
You know what? This is the first time since we started the new season with this whole lineup that we've had a repeat.
Really?
So quickly. So this is the first time we're ever doing the like updated version of the questions. So I'm going to try to make it as easy as possible for you.
Okay.
I'll try to go the easier ones first because there's some pretty hard ones. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Are you ready?
Nope. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, she has 60 seconds to finish as many balance game questions as possible. And right now, she needs to beat at least 13 to make it into the top 7.
13?
Yep, top 7. And then 16 to be at the number 1 spot.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty.
All right.
Alrighty.
Okay, music. Cue.
Oh.
짬뽕 짜장.
짜장.
Okay. Live with teeth pain for the rest of your life or with a headache for the rest of your life.
Oh man, headache.
Okay. Meeting a friend who is always on their phone whenever you meet them, or meeting a friend who never pays when you meet them.
Never pays.
Never drink anything carbonated for the rest of your life, or never eat any type of bread for the rest of your life.
Oh, never drink anything carbonated.
Okay.
So easy.
This one's a little disgusting. Put kimchi in your yogurt or put chocolate in your ramyeon.
Chocolate in ramen.
Oh, okay. Not use your phone for an entire year. Live without friends for an entire year.
No phone.
Okay. Sleep with the heater on in summer or sleep with the AC on in winter.
AC on in winter.
Okay. Go back 10 years or go 10 years into the future.
Oh, back 10 years.
Okay, back 10 years. Have all friends who are only T's for their MBTI or S for their MBTI.
F's.
Okay.
How many did I get?
6, 9.
9.
Oh! But these were hard questions.
These were really hard
These
ones.
are really hard questions.
That one about kimchi in your yogurt.
Yeah.
Kimchi in yogurt, like, oh.
No, that was.
No, thank you.
But we're still gonna put you here today. We're still gonna put you here.
Oh, thank you.
No worries.
I'm somewhere there.
Yeah,
down
you're somewhere there. No, but these are hard questions.
I'm curious, what would you choose out of the kimchi and the chocolate one?
It depends on what kind of yogurt I've got and what kind of kimchi I can put into it.
That's true.
Because, like, if it's going to be, like, Greek yogurt and, like, it's a little bit more of, like, a savory ordeal, then I think I could go with kimchi. But also when it comes to ramyeon, like if I'm not gonna put like the sauce, like the soup in ramyeon, and I'm just gonna use the noodles, a chocolate dessert sauce would not be bad either. So it depends on how you look at it.
Yeah, I didn't think about the Greek yogurt thing. I might change my answer. That's not too bad.
Is it? Because if you put a little oatmeal in there, I think a savory version would not be that bad either.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are not a carbonated drink person.
No, not at all.
Like no carbonated water, no soda, no kombucha, no.
Oh, wait, kombucha. Oh, you got me there. I live off that stuff in Australia. I'm just like every day.
Right.
No, I love kombucha, but like I'm not a big soda person.
Okay.
I didn't really grow up on it.
Okay.
I like it occasionally, but I don't kind of like seek it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But bread, it falls into so many different categories.
Oh my God, bread. I can't live without bread.
If that's the case, then what would be your favorite type of bread? Is it pizza? Is it burgers? Is it like a specific type of pastry?
Oh,
Cake?
croissants.
Okay.
And sourdough.
Okay.
Oh, obsessed with sourdough.
And you can't really get it here.
No, I mean, sometimes like at particular brunch spots, I can get like a really good avo toast or something like that. But yeah, not as common as Australia, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have had it to read. Yeah, I have to make it at home if I want some sourdough.
Yeah.
Okay, so out of the friends one, this was a little hard for you. So a friend that would be on their phone always when you're meeting up with them, or a friend that doesn't pay, you think that the latter is worse?
Yeah, doesn't pay. Oh, wait, worse.
Or better?
I was referring to it as better.
Oh, okay, so better.
Yeah,
so somebody who never pays would be better than a friend who's always on their phone.
Yeah, well, I mean, if they're always on their phone for like the whole time that we're there, I don't mind if like they're busy and they have to, but like the whole time, I'll be like, what am I doing here? I don't know. It kind of depends, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you chose a headache over toothache.
Yes, toothaches, man. I mean, I've done the whole braces thing.
I was gonna say, I feel that you've had braces.
Yeah. Oh, never again.
Well, because if you've ever had braces, then you know that tooth pain leads to headaches.
Yes. Okay. I didn't think of that, but yes, you have a good point there.
So I think if my whole face was hurting, I would rather choose, headache with you as well.
I know. And I'm used to Panadol, so I have it all the time.
Okay. And you would rather live without a phone for a year than not meet your friends.
Yeah. I feel like living without, phones, like, I feel like I couldn't live without my phone right now too, just because like it's communication with everything, like work, friends, family. But I can't imagine not meeting friends for a year. So.
Okay. Now, let's kind of get into this phone for a year, because you made a really good point. Right now, our smartphones are pretty much especially for musicians, it's like, it's where you have your voice notes. It's where you write down your lyrics. It's where you have spontaneous, births of ideas, and you get to, map that out. You get to communicate. You've got social media. There's a lot of things. What do you think you use your phone for the most? Do you feel that it's social media? Do you feel that it's communicating with people, even though it might be via social media? Where do you think is like the percentile wise, what do you use your phone most for?
Yeah. Well, actually, I have down the bottom, when you can kind of like move it so that it's easy access, the apps that I use the most, and it's Kakao Talk, and then voice memos, notes, and photos.
Okay, so you're using your phone as more of like a personal like recorder / an extension of your work more than anything else.
Yeah, I've used voice memos every day.
Okay.
And it's gotten to the point where like there are hour recordings, and so it's to the point where when I hit record, there's a lag because there's so many voice memos there. It's crazy amount of data.
Yeah, so she has to always buy a lot of memory for her phones. Okay, so you would rather go for AC in the winter over a heater in the summer.
Okay, my logic behind this one is AC on in the winter, heaps of blankets.
Right.
And just like snuggled in.
Right.
With like hot packs and everything. But I mean, a heater in the summer, like you can't escape that. That's brutal.
I think we asked this last time, but I want to ask this again. Coming from Australia, is Korea hotter in the summer or is Australia hotter? In your, like, how you feel, like, because it'll feel different, but like in your personal perspective, what do you think is hotter?
I mean, hotter, probably Australia, but it's kind of like a burning hotness.
Like a dry.
Yeah. It's more humid here. So I feel like I'm hotter here, but temperature-wise, probably Australia's, like, especially in the desert, like crazy.
I feel that since I'm from Southern California, it's pretty much the same because our valley heat goes up pretty high, but Korea just feels like, it's so icky and
sticky.
Yeah, and the air is heavy.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
it's just like you don't want to do anything.
It's like, because I feel that dry heat, you can find shade and it'll be bearable.
Yeah, that's true.
And even though it's a warm breeze, like, it's bearable.
Yeah. And the thing about Australia is because I lived on the coast, we used to always go to the beach if it was really hot. So that's definitely like a way we cooled down.
Right.
Australia.
And also, not have to run the AC bill all day so you can be outside of the house. So you would rather go to the past than go to the future if you could time travel. What would you like to do if you could go back 10 years?
Ooh. I mean, I would just relive it again and relive it the second time. Oh, what's that movie where he goes back into the past and he kind of relives his life? There's this type of movie. I think it's like
Back to the Future? No?
I can't really remember the name, but
there's a lot of movies like this though.
Yeah, that's true. But I think there was like a saying in that movie. It's like you relive it, but you kind of enjoy the little moments.
Right.
So like things that you didn't kind of recognize or see the first time. So I would go back and kind of enjoy the little things and kind of enjoy the moment a little bit more.
To cherish them a little bit more too.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. So out of jjampong and jjajang, you chose jjajang, but this was apparently a harder question to start off with because you freaked out a little bit.
My mind just went blank. I was like, what is happening?
So you are still more of a jjajang person.
Yeah. Love. So yum.
Is there Korean style Chinese food where you were at back home?
I mean, actually, I don't think I've ever had jjajangmyeon or
until
jjampong.
you came here.
Yeah, because I do remember my mom always saying, jjajangmyeon 너무 땡겨, but she could never have it. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure there aren't a lot of places in Australia that sell it. I could be wrong, but
I feel that there's probably some in certain areas. But yeah, for me, I was lucky because there was this one Chinese restaurant in my neighborhood that sold Korean style.
Ooh.
For me, so I had it when I was younger. And then when I got to Korea, I was like, wait, why is it so small? Because I was so used to like the American portions.
Oh, got you. Also, the portions are a lot different in America.
Yeah. Well, at least my neighborhood, the portions are huge. And shrimp and stuff like that were way bigger. So if I had like 깡풍새우, it would be... Like the shrimps would be huge. It would be like chicken, bigger than the chicken chunks.
Whoa.
Yeah. So when I got to Korea, I was like, where'd the shrimp go?
Where is it? What is this?
What is this? And the sauce, I think, was a little bit different too. Because like, in Korea, we have to have it delivered. And even though it's the fastest delivery they can give to us, it's delivered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not as fresh like when you go to the restaurant.
Yeah.
But for us, we would always go to the restaurant.
Oh,
so
okay.
like everything that would be tossed in the sauce would still be crispy.
Got you.
Right. So it was, yeah. So you would prefer F friends instead of T friends?
This one's tricky because I feel like with tea friends, like my mum's a massive tea. So it kind of balances me out a little bit.
Okay, so you're a major F.
I'm major F, so I'm very like emotional. I cry watching movies and
Well, I'm a T too, and I cry watching movies. So I feel that that's
it can be both. Yeah.
For those of you who bash us for crying during movies, that has nothing to do with T's and F's. Okay, it's just a really touching story.
Yeah.
Okay. So you feel that T's kind of balance you up, even though you choose F's.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one's a hard one.
Yeah. So we didn't get a chance to choose between this, but this one's actually kind of killing me because I feel that since you were talking about your phone earlier, I feel that this would be really hard for you to choose anyways.
Yeah.
So even though it doesn't count for the mark, would you rather lose one earphone?
Okay.
So like one of your earphones,
yeah.
or have your phone screen go out?
Oh, man. Oh, it depends on what situation I'm in. Man, phone screen go out is the worst.
Right.
That's
for you, because you wouldn't be able to do anything.
Yeah, I if I lost an earphone though, because I love my earphones, I'd be devastated. But I'd probably just go to the shops
and replace it.
Yeah.
Okay. Since we were talking about Korean style Chinese food, 북먹찍먹.
북먹찍먹이
Oh, you've never heard of this before.
No.
Yay, I get to explain this.
북먹찍먹.
Okay, so in Korea, when we have our 탕수육, if you go to a more of a like a Chinese fast food restaurant, it would be like, sweet and sour pork.
Oh,
now,
gotcha.
normally, sweet and sour pork is sautéed or, it's put with the sauce on it.
Yeah.
So in Korea, there are certain restaurants that still do it that way. Well, they will put the sauce on top and give it to the customer. So 북먹 is to throw the sauce on top of it.
Ooh.
찍먹 is to dip it. So when it comes to 탕수육, do you dip it to keep it as crispy as possible and just dip it in the sauce, or do you pour the sauce on top of their?
Ooh, I think I've only ever had the pour version. I don't think I've ever done the
Wait. Olivia, I think you need some new friends or people around you, because if they give you no choice and they just start throwing sauces on top of 탕수육,
I've had no choice.
oh
until
my
now.
goodness.
But I'm gonna say 북먹 just because I prefer 쫄깃쫄깃 to crispy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then that makes sense. Then I feel that you've already been accustomed to that so far. So I have a lot to talk about the EP on my perspective of it and what I've loved about it as well. But before we do that, we do get a chance to hear you sing Waterworks live for us today. So tell us a little bit about Waterworks before we get a chance to hear you sing live.
Waterworks, man, I remember writing this song way back.
So this has been written for a while.
Probably like around a year. I'm actually not exactly sure exactly when it was.
Okay.
But it's probably been in my files for like a year or two.
Okay.
And I remember I had this situation. I'm not gonna say specifics, but I was like really upset one night, and I came home and I just remember going into my room and going under the covers and bawling my eyes out. And then the next day I met up with the producer who did the track for Waterworks and wrote the song. And basically it was about that whole situation and just letting go of your emotions just by crying your eyes out.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's what that song's about.
Okay, well, we do get a chance to hear you sing live, so I'm going to give you a chance to take a sip of water and get ready for us. So for those who are just tuning in, it's our Tiniest Stage day. We've got the beautiful Olivia Marsh in the studio, and she's going to sing for us Waterworks. We're going to talk more about the EP. There's a lot of things I want to talk about today, so stay tuned for that. But are you ready?
I'm so ready.
All right, music cue.
I bet you wanna lock me up, but baby, you're not giving me enough. You don't wanna make it better, you better back it up. You treated me like I was never there, and I'm leaving all the words up in the air. It only takes 4 letters, yeah, so let it out and just say you're wanting it lately. This is where we wanna be. So don't care if you leave. I'm here for as long as you want. I'ma give you the waterworks. We got a love that'll hurt, kinda like when we go berserk. I don't mind getting burned, 'cause real love is brave. But don't you get the wrong idea, did I say I put it on a D&D, did it stop? Yeah, I got pissed off for going round and round again. You treated me like I was never there, and I'm leaving all the words up in the air. It only takes 4 letters, yeah. So let it out and just say you want it lately. This is where we wanna be. So don't care if you leave. I'm here for as long as you want. I'ma give you the waterworks. We got a love that'll hurt, kinda like when we go berserk. Out of mind, we're getting burned, 'cause real lovers break each other, break my heart. Waterworks. So admit this is how it works. Waterworks. So admit this is how it works. Waterworks. Waterworks. I'ma give you that. So admit this is how it works.
Yo! Bravo! All right, so for those of you just joining us, we've got the beautiful Olivia Marsh at the studio. She just sang for us Waterworks Alive. And okay, so I have a lot to talk about the EP. This is completely 100% biased. My personal views of the EP since I've been listening to it on nonstop since it dropped last week. So I'm a girl who grew up in the 90s.
Yeah.
And from somebody who loves R&B and a lot of ballads from the 90s,
Yeah.
your album took me back
Oh, really?
a lot. And I want to know if that was intentional or if just by how everything came together, it just kind of fell into that category.
Yeah. Basically, yeah, the later it kind of happened really naturally. Basically this EP is kind of a collection or collage of works, almost like a diary,
Right.
from my past 3 years of songwriting.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like left university and came to Korea and then naturally started songwriting and basically, picked the songs that I kind of connected with the most
Okay.
and put it into this little diary EP. But out of those songs, like it was just like R&B, kind of 80s, 90s, teen pop vibe. It just kind of, happened naturally. It was-
Okay.
yeah.
So do you navigate towards that kind of genre when you are not working on music, or was that like maybe mom and dad's inspiration for you, like what they were listening to when you were younger? Where did that inspiration kind of come out?
I mean, I was introduced to those like 80s, 90s pop stars by my auntie, actually. She used to play a lot of music in the car while we were together, and she loved like all those divas and stuff. So yeah, I got a lot of inspiration off her. But yeah, basically like songwriting, it's kind of what I'm feeling in the moment.
Okay.
And the producer like brings these amazing tracks and I'm like, oh, I really vibe with this one. And if I connect with it, usually the top line and the lyrics come really naturally to me. So that's kind of what inspires me. It's like whatever the producer brings to the session.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Because I feel that, and I know that normally this doesn't happen, but sometimes when an EP comes together, like an artist will sit down and they'll have a brainstorm of like, they want to tell a story. And so with that story, they'll think of exactly what kind of genre they want to put in. But
Yeah.
your EP feels very organic. That's why I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Because it flows together, but it doesn't really feel like you were like, you know what? Track 1 is going to be this. Track 2 is going to be this. Track 3 is going to be this. It felt just kind of very like I said, organic.
Yeah, falling into place.
Right,
sort of,
right,
almost,
right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, even like deciding the songs, it was such a hard decision because I had like in my files, when you start writing demos, it kind of gets banked up a bit.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
And I'm just kind of like, oh, which ones should I put into the EP? Because there were so many that I connected with personally. But my amazing team and I sat down together and we listened to them all and we were like, okay, this one, this one, this one. Which one's going to be the title track? And that's kind of how it all fell together. Yeah.
Okay. So, and I know that I like to call it the Pandora box of that many, many, many demos and many different tracks. But you've also worked with producers to, give other artists songs as well.
Yeah.
So in the creating process of even for this EP, were there times where the team was sitting down all together, or maybe you and the producer were sitting down together, or even you were at home kind of going through your bank or your voice memos, and you were just like, oh, wait, I think that like Taeyeon would sound amazing doing this.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to sing it. Was there a moment where you were just like, no, not for me?
Ooh, it's tricky because if I really like particularly the songs on this EP, I was kind of like, I want it.
Oh, okay.
I want to sing it
Okay.
because it's such like my story, and even the making process of the songs, I connect with those memories so much.
Okay.
Like Backseat, I remember that's like one of the title tracks on my EP. Me and the producers sat there and we did the demo vocals in like one session, and we were eating like fried chicken and cake, and it was just like such a vibe. And I remember coming home with that demo, and I didn't care like what the song was. It was just that core memory that I have with that song that I connect to. And even to this day, I'm like, Backseat, fried chicken and cake.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That you get a chance to walk away from the album not just remembering the songs, but remembering the other things that kind of came with it.
Yeah,
The other
yeah.
memories. Now, I'm going to torture you with this
no.
question. You have to choose your favorite song off the EP.
Oh, well, I can't do that.
Okay, so this is going to be for whatever reason. It can be maybe because it came together the quickest. Maybe it can be it was more of a love child because it was so difficult to actually get it perfect. That's why you love it a little bit more. Or it's like in Korean we call it 아픈 손가락. It's just like it's a finger that it hurts the most, so you kind of have more affection for it a little bit more.
Yeah.
It could be whatever reason, not just because it's like your quote unquote favorite track, but maybe a song that your heart
goes to
just a little bit more.
Ooh,
Even though they're all your babies.
it's like picking a child. I can't do that. Oh man, I mean, if I had to choose one, just because I have such a connection with this song, like it was my debut single, and it's like all the memories from my childhood. I would have to say 42.
Okay, 42.
I love them all.
Of course. No, of course. Fam, do not think that, okay, I'm not supposed to listen to any other song on the album. No, we started off the show to do it 42, but like, she loves all of them just for, there's like out of 100%, like that's like 100.1%. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
0.001.
Right, yeah, 0.001. So do not like freak out too much about it. So since since the last time we saw you, which was only a few months ago, we had the holidays both in Korea and overseas. So like we had American holidays and like Korean holidays as well, but the EP just came out. So how were you balancing the holidays and music?
Yeah, well, I was doing a lot of rehearsing because I had the listening party coming up, and so I was rehearsing a lot, but I couldn't miss up the opportunity to see my family during the holidays. So we actually drove all the way to Taiwan, which is where my mum grew up.
Okay.
And we saw all my imos and cousins, and we had tteokguk, and it was just so amazing. I hadn't seen them in ages. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So you did get a chance to balance family time with getting ready for the EP and the showcase and everything.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
well, that's
yeah.
good. At least you were able to balance it. Because I was afraid that because in the short time that we haven't been able to see each other with so many amazing songs in the EP and with the listening showcase last week and everything, I was like, did she get sleep? Was she eating okay? So I'm glad that you were able to balance that out. Have you figured that you have any habits yet? Do you have like your own maybe personal jinxes or habits that you've accumulated now that you're like officially working on music? Maybe it's something you find yourself doing in interviews, or is it something that you do when you record? Or when you start, is there work-wise, is there a habit or jinxes that you've kind of found yourself falling under?
Oh, I mean, my biggest habit that I probably should studio on is coffee.
Okay.
But I love
Make your confession. How much coffee does you drink in a
day? It depends on what I have on that day. If I have like a concert or something like that, I try to cut down just because it's not good for the throat.
Right.
But if I'm like recording at home, this is probably really bad, but I could have like 2 a day. But
2 cups?
Yeah, but the thing is like I'm very sensitive to caffeine. So if I have it after 12 p.m., I can't sleep.
Oh.
So I love it.
So 2 cups is actually a lot for you. We're talking about like a little coffee mug cup.
Yeah, like
not
2
like
shots.
not like a huge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can't drink a lot, but I'm obsessed. Yeah.
Is your drink of choice anything with milk in it, or is it just a straight black coffee? Or
Ooh, in Korea, you can't beat ice americano. But if I'm in Melbourne or Australia, I usually have a flat white or a latte or a mocha. So good.
there we go. So I have a feeling she probably has her like order set out for. Do you find yourself changing your orders depending on where you are?
Yes.
I remember going back to the States and just ordering off the menu, and the barista was just like, and anything else? And I was like, what?
Oh, really?
Because you know how Korea, we are so very like off the menu. But the U.S. is just like, okay, can I have like a number 10 with like no pickles, extra onions? You know, like we're so
Wow.
particular in the U.S.
Wow.
that I brought my Korean side of ordering and they were just like,
Really?
what else? Is it not like that in Australia?
Well, I mean, sometimes I used to say like, oh, could I have a mocha with soy milk and extra hot and stuff like that. But,
Okay, so you did have your order. Okay.
Sometimes, but I've never been like the very, very particular
Okay.
with my order. Yeah.
Okay. So she hasn't gone to the level of like 2 pumps of hazelnut, 1 pump of vanilla.
Ooh.
Like there's people that do that.
I mean, but that sounds really good. I probably should start from now.
I'm feeding her bad ideas. Okay. Is there a celebrity that you would like to meet now that you've debuted?
I mean, even before my debut, like there's so many that I would have loved to meet. And there's so many artists that I look up to. I mean, Tame Impala. I'm
Okay.
obsessed with Tame Impala, Messiah, Hans Zimmer, Alexandra Desplat. Like there's so many. The list could be endless. Honestly.
Endless. Okay. Well, then we could just see that endless list get taken care of pretty soon. So we're going to take a quick song break, come back. This beautiful lady has another live performance for us. Honestly, and this is my 90s girl screaming at me because Strategy, I think, is hands down like the song that I keep finding myself going to.
Really?
Even though all the songs are amazing, it's like I think it's my 90s
Oh.
girl going back to it as much as possible. But you're going to get a chance to sing live for us today. So tell us a little bit about Strategy.
Yeah, Strategy. Well, the title kind of says it all to me because it's kind of about like being in a sticky situation in a relationship and kind of not knowing what they want. So being very frustrated and being like, well, what's going on? What's the strategy? What are you trying to do to me? So that's what that song is about. And I kind of wanted to do it in a fun way because honestly, at that time, I was feeling pretty down.
Okay.
But in the session, I was like, oh, I'm just going to, let loose and do this in a really fun, chill, comic kind of way. So even the music video is like really kind of just lighthearted and cheeky. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to give you some chance to take a sip of water, get ready for the performance. So for those of you just joining us, we've got for our Tiniest Stage today, Olivia Marsh back in the studio with us, and she's talking about her new EP, and she's going to sing another track off of it. Definitely give me lots of 90s vibes with this one, but Strategy is going to be the live performance we are listening to. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, oh my, I'm tripping on my words to getting in right. Stuck on this ride, it's only gonna crash, I bet you know why. None of your mind tricks, cause when it comes to you, it's never here, not there. It's almost like you're teasing, reading my mind. what you want from me, what you want from me. So what you want from me, hate that you got a hold of me. I don't know what you got over me, where does it stop? I'm into now and losing control. Baby, hold my sanity. Oh, is it really love or is it fantasy? What's the game you're playing with me? Oh, tell me about the strategy. Ooh, then breaking hearts and do it for the tonight. Baby, hold my sanity. Oh, tell me about the strategy. I'm in the mix-up, I let it go down. You turn the lights out and get another round. Now it's a setup, but I only got you on my mind. To me, a kindness, none of your mind tricks. Cause when it comes to you, it's never here nor there. Every time it's almost like you're teasing, reading my mind. So what you want from me, what you want from me. So what you want from me, hate that you got a hold of me. I don't know what you got over me, where does it stop? Oh, I'm into now and losing control. Baby, hold my sanity. Oh, is it really love or is it fantasy? What's the game you're playing with me? Oh, tell me about the strategy. Ooh, and then breaking hearts and do it for the tonight. Baby, hold my sanity. Oh, tell me about the strategy. I know that it's been a while since I felt like this.
It's been a while since it felt like this.
You got me melting in your hands and it makes me sick. Baby,
It's been a while since it felt like this.
can I keep my sanity? You better come up with a better
Strategy.
Baby, hold my sanity. Oh, is it really love or is it fantasy? What's the game you're playing with me? Oh, tell me about the strategy. Ooh, and then breaking hearts and do it for the tonight. Baby, hold my sanity. Oh, tell me about the strategy.
Yo, my 90s and early 2000s heart is very happy with that track. We just listened to Strategy with Olivia Marsh in the studio. And so let's go back to last week when you had your showcase. So, I mean, you did say you got a chance to perform with your sister and everything. So, like, I feel that, you know, a lot of that would be stressful, but also happy. And, you know, there was a lot of probably emotions going on that night. So if you can kind of walk us through what it was like.
Absolutely. I mean, I remember asking Dan, I was like, do you want to? And she was like, of course. And I was so grateful. I was so touched that she wanted to be, come to my showcase and watch it, let alone perform with me. And I felt like it was very meaningful because we performed a lot together when we were a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But this was like the first time in Korea and the first time since then. It's been like 10 years. And it felt weird when she first came up on stage because it was like, oh my God, we're like all grown up now. And I'm going to cry again. I was like, we're all grown up now. And she just came up and she looked so gorgeous and stunning. And I was like, oh, I remember when you were a baby and we were kind of like in little tutus and ballet clothes and running around the backyard. So yeah, I felt very touched and grateful that she was there supporting me, and I wanted to be there supporting her, and her voice was just angelic, and I was like emotional, and yeah, to be honest, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I cried like that on stage because I wanted to do the song justice. I wanted to sing it well.
Right.
But yeah, I was just happy that she was there.
Well, I feel that the fans have always been so supportive of both of you doing whatever interaction you guys can, which I think is like, you know, even more happy, like, play out for us as fans. And I think one of the biggest things that we look forward to is this opening doors to maybe an official like recording or like an official duet or like an, you know, like are we thinking of actually stepping into the studio together maybe?
I mean, I can't really say any. I would love to collab with that, but I can't really say anything.
Oh wait, I think that's already enough information. If she can't confirm nor deny anything, then that's all the confirmation we need, ladies and gentlemen.
Right now, I'm just neutral.
Ladies and gentlemen, we need to keep our eyes out for something really exciting in the horizon, I feel. Okay, there's a really big thing in the Korean whole fandom and K-pop culture, and it's called being a 성덕, being a successful fan. Do you feel that there would be a moment, maybe a Korean celebrity, it doesn't have to be a singer,
Oh, okay.
like a celebrity or a veteran artist or somebody in the business that
Yeah.
if you met, you would consider yourself a successful fan because you've looked up to them, or maybe you saw them on variety shows, or you feel that if you made it on this program, I've made it. You know, would there be?
Oh, I mean, okay, this is really, really embarrassing to say. Well, not embarrassing, but to be honest, I was a massive fan of 이루마님 before I met him.
Okay.
And so meeting him in person, I felt, 성덕.
Oh, there we go.
근데, like, I was just overwhelmed meeting him because, to be honest, like, he's had such an influence on me since I was a kid. When I when I was in elementary school, I was having like difficulty kind of fitting in just because I didn't know the language at all when I first moved. So my mum was like sitting with me in class and everything, and I was so grateful for that move and so grateful that she was there supporting me. But because of the language barrier, it was really tricky. But through his music, I actually was able to meet friends at like piano 학원 and stuff like that. And I'm actually friends with them to this day, which is crazy because it's been like such a long time.
Right.
But his music has kind of created that bond, I reckon.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know. It was just a full circle moment when I met him.
Oh, I bet. Okay. So the last time I saw you, we were looking forward to a brand new year, and now that Seoul has passed, even though we want to deny that 2025 is here, we can't no longer deny it because even the lunar calendar says that it's 2025.
Yeah.
Now, this is what I keep telling myself. We're already looking at the end of February here, so it's now, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. So musically and personally, if there were some goals that you wanted to set this year, like musically, maybe release like 3 more singles, or you know, like go on music pro, like go on tour. Musically, a goal, or maybe 2 or 3, and then personally, if there was like an instrument you wanted to pick up or try a new hobby, learn baking, I don't know, both of those. So personal and business. Which kind of goals would you have?
I mean, there's so many, but I really want to travel more.
Okay.
And I really want to go to different countries and meet new people. But I feel like that kind of ties in with my work too, because I really want to travel and, perform for people overseas more, and have more performances. And I do really want to release more music.
Okay.
And I have some stuff lined up, but it's just knowing when to drop it. So more performances, more music, and I really want to learn mixing
more. Okay.
Yeah, and
mixing
beat
and mastering.
just to kind of know how, because I look up to the people who can do it so well, like so much. So I really want to learn more about music.
So far, it looks like you're gonna have a really busy year.
Oh no.
No, but it sounds like thanks to that, we're probably gonna see you a lot more often.
Yes.
If you drop some more music, then we get a chance to have an excuse to have you back in the studio as much as possible. Is there a particular stage or stadium or tour or place that you would like to perform that you would think that would be like your dream stage?
Oh, this is tricky. Okay, I'm gonna say a really random one, but when I was a kid, I took vocal lessons in Australia, and there was a place that my teacher, she used to put on like little showcases for all her students, and there was this one little theatre that we used to perform in, and I remember the first time performing there, I was so nervous, like shaking, but I got better and better over time. I would love to perform there again. I feel like it would just be insane holding like a little concert there, because we used to do like one act after the other, but having like a full set to myself and just being there again, yeah, that would be crazy.
I think that's the sweetest dream stage I've ever heard. But I do ask our artists this because I feel that depending on even domestically, if our artist is even from like Busan, I feel that there's not enough concerts that are done in Busan. You know what I mean? So I feel like I always try to ask to see if they would, like want to go back to their hometown and perform. I think this is the only time I've had an artist actually say that they would like to go back to their hometown to perform. So I finally got my answer. I've been fishing for it for so long, and I finally got the answer. Collaboration wise, in this, I feel would change every time I ask you.
Yeah.
Who would you like to collaborate like right this moment? So if today's interview ends and you walk out of the studio and your team gets a phone call, who would you like to be on the other end asking for you to be on their track?
Oh man.
Like right this moment, today Olivia Marsh wants this artist to be on her, or you want to be on their track or be on your track?
Charlie Puth.
Okay.
I would die.
So are we going to be matching to Charlie Puth's style, or do you want to bring him to your side of things?
Man, I would. I love his style so much. So I'm so ready.
Okay, so fans, you know what we need to do? We need to make a little shorts of today's interview. We need to make a little bit shorts of that. Tag him in the post or send it to him and do it on repeat so that we can actually see this collaboration happen, because it seems that everything happens over DM these days. If you were to introduce an artist, so any of your producer friends, any of your artist friends, anybody you've worked with, if you were to introduce them to Tiniest Stage and you would want them to come out here, so it's kind of like for us to reach out to them or them to reach out to us.
Yeah.
Which artist do you think would be great on this show?
Oh, this one's tricky. So my producer friends.
Okay.
I mean, any of my producer friends, honestly, they would kill this.
Really?
But yeah. I mean, I performed with one of my producers for 42 in the
Showcase.
Yeah, and it was so emotional.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna have you give us a piece of paper of a list of everybody you would like to see on the show.
Yes. Oh my god, I'll be watching and like tagging them and then just putting it on my story. Look.
And as soon as we get them in the studio, we're gonna just not do nothing but gush over how it was working with you, and I'm gonna get embarrassing stories of them working with you.
Oh no, there's probably a lot there. Maybe I shouldn't give you that list.
Olivia, every time you come here, I have to say that our hour is way too short, to the point where I feel that we need to have you at least for 2 hours. But I do have to ask you, how was the show today?
It's always such an honor, and I'm so grateful that I'm invited again for the second time, and it's always so much fun being on the show. So thank you so much for having me.
Is there anything you would like to say to the fans, like stream the EP? Anything you'd like to say to family, friends?
Yeah. Just thank you so much for listening, and I'm so excited that my EP is out now and you guys can listen to the songs, and I really hope you enjoy them, and just thank you so much.
And her favorite song is 42.
No.
I feel I'm going to get a chance to tease her with that
for a long time. Oh no.
But yes, fam, don't forget to stream her EP. If there's one thing that I've learned for this past week is that I can't stop listening to it nonstop, and her vocals are awesome. So don't forget to check that out. Of course, we're going to find any excuse to have her back in the studio. So if either she drops more music or we're just going to have to make something up. So as we send her out of the studio for today, wishing you a very happy rest of the day and healthy and prosperous until we see you again.
Thank you.
We're going to be signing off today with Heaven, and we will see you next time. 다음에 봐요.